Registration is open now for an event that has been making a huge difference in Hamilton the last 18 years. Nancy McMillan has chaired the Bright Run since the start. She joins us this morning with this year's spokeswoman, Cornelia Schupp. Thanks very much for joining us. And it's interesting, 18 years is how long the two of you have been on your breast cancer journeys. You were both diagnosed around the same time, both treated at the same time, but didn't know it till many years later.
Right. Yeah, we met through the Bright Run.
Brought us together, and we've been together ever since.
And how long before you two realized that, hey, I was diagnosed around the same time, I was treated, what kind of sparked that conversation?
We were both volunteering together, and I guess there was a lull, and we
started talking about your stories.
Each other, and it was like, oh, we were in the same graduating class.
Yeah. Right. And you're both remarkable examples that there is hope, especially for research. And maybe for somebody who's watching right now that's, about to undergo testing or has been diagnosed, you had that fear 18 years ago. And now look at you. It's like a part of your past.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, you always feel like, will you ever feel normal again? But I realized the other day that I do feel normal again. So it's part of my history. I'm not going to deny it, but I feel okay.
Okay, and it's something that, is it something that's kind of always at the back of your mind, or have you moved on?
I think I've moved on.
What helped with that?
Time and other things happening in life, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so much, you think about when you both were diagnosed, the technology then, the testing then, the treatment, how things have improved.
Absolutely, and that's what research does. That just doesn't happen overnight. Research brings change, and change brings so much improvement to treatment protocols, life after breast cancer. That's why we're doing what we're doing, is raising money to keep the research ball rolling right here in Hamilton.
Mm-hmm. And because all of the money that's raised at the Bright Run, which is coming up in September, and we'll get the date and the information up because registration is open, but all of the money raised at the Bright Run stays in Hamilton, which is really important for research.
Absolutely. It's local participants raising local dollars to stay local at the Jurvenski Cancer Center at McMaster University, and we're really proud of that. Really, really proud of that.
Mm-hmm. You're also a great example, Cornelia, of kind of like the catchment area for the Bright Run, because you live in Dunnville.
Yes.
And so, I don't imagine there's anything like that in Haldimand or in Norfolk counties where you've got that kind of support, where you've got that kind of research being done for breast cancer.
True, yeah. I had my mastectomy in Dunnville, but all the treatment was at the Jurvenski in Hamilton.
Mm-hmm. And were there programs at that time for like aftercare? Like I think now of all the exercise programs that I know of for breast cancer survivors.
I don't know. I know there's a conference every 2 years called Life After Breast Cancer, mm-hmm. and I found that was helpful because it would give you information. You had different workshops you could attend, and then you would, whatever you were interested in, you could pick up information there. Right,
because it's kind of like after your treatment is over, I can imagine you're probably kind of like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Now what? And there's lots of now what's out there available. Mm-hmm. Exercise, just hanging out with people that are like-minded.
And sharing stories,
yeah.
Right?
And the Bright Run's a great place for those people to collect.
Yes.
Both the survivors and the caregivers and the supporters. Okay.
Perfect timing, because it is coming up on Saturday, September the 6th, and it's the Christie Lake Conservation Area, and there's lots of room still for volunteers and lots of room for registration and for fundraising. So thanks to the two of you for coming in, sharing your stories, sharing your inspiration too. We'll get the details up on our website, chch.com/morninglive.